Hi, Ty Holloway here with Holloway Bros Fishing. Today we're tying a Normwood Special in a size 8 representing golden stonefly. The Normwoods was designed by Normwoods himself, the Deschutes guide here, and it has stood the test of time and is still one of my favorite patterns that imitates any adult stonefly. You can vary the size and color to imitate a salmonfly, a golden stone, or a squala. Or even the kind of the short wing stones as well. But we just love this pattern anywhere there's stoneflies. Hope you like it too. Alrighty, a Normwood Special today. Got this on a Daiichi 1280 number 8. Going to be imitating the golden stoneflies here that we have on the Deschutes particularly, but you could tie this in a size larger in a 6 and maybe have like a kind of a darker body scheme imitating the salmon flies, but the Normwoods could be tied even smaller, like a 10 and an olive color scheme imitating squalas or something, any sort of stonefly. Into a little peacock eye stub back here for our egg sac. Not a required step, but something I like to do. Adds a little confidence for me. A little more. I'm going to tie the hackle in here now. A lot of the traditional Normwoods, you see a pretty long hackle, one extending past the hook point there. But I like keeping it a little shorter, having it kind of come just down to the hook point. Going to start that there, tie in by the stem, cup of the feather, angled kind of down towards the hook shank. My body here is going to be just a combination of STS trilobal and orange eye stub. No need for wax or anything. We can keep kind of a pretty loose dub rope here as well. I like kind of having some of that dubbing poke out through the hackle as it's palmered forward. We're going to advance this portion of the dubbed body about 3/4 of the way up the hook shank, where we're going to tie in our wing. Really like the Normwood Special here on anywhere I fish single stoneflies. Really don't use it in like a dry dropper application. Not quite enough buoyancy, but as when we're using single stoneflies on the Deschutes, targeting trout rising to the adult stoneflies. This is one of my favorite patterns. It floats well. It doesn't require a whole lot of maintenance. That this calf-tail wing holds floating real well, and so it'll float after multiple fish, and you know, have to redress it maybe just a handful of times each day. Less maintenance than like a Clark stone or something, and definitely floats in a little more turbulent water than a Clark stone. We like the Clark stone a lot and use that as well, but kind of different applications. Just a little bit more dub here. right there. So I'm gonna advance this hackle forward now, then tie it off, and that way it's just easier to do now than later. So with my wing here, I just got some tan calf tail. I like a pretty heavy wing here. This is kind of where we're getting most of our buoyancy. In fact, this fly definitely, it fishes best, and it's a real kind of obvious difference when you're fishing. It fishes best when this wing is sitting flush with the water and the body is actually kind of in the water below the surface of the water, kind of. And the wing flush with the water, so the body kind of half sunk in the water. And a little bit longer wing than you might normally see, I think kind of helps achieve that. So I've taken a pretty good chunk of calf tail here, maybe like half of a diameter of pencil, or maybe 3/4, and I've removed it from the and I'll twist it up, kind of making it look like the wing that I want there, kind of giving it a natural taper. And then I'm going to remove, before tying it in, kind of remove the fibers that we don't want, giving it a nice natural taper there, just like that. I mean, that looks good to me. I'm going to have this extend a ways past the bend of the hook here, maybe not quite twice the length of the hook shank, but right in there. Going to tie this in. A lot of fibers here, so we want a nice secure wrap. I'm just using 8/0 thread, and that lets us keep a nice small head, but we're compressing pretty hard on those wraps, making that nice and secure. Remove those tag ends. Might have to kind of dig in there a little bit, getting those tag ends clear of the eye. The taper of those tags kind of dictates the shape of our head, so we're trying to kind of create a little bit of an angle sloping down towards the eye, so when we dub over those tag ends of calf tail, we get a nice tapered head. And tying our legs here. These are loco legs in the turtle grass. Like these legs for most stoneflies, or put them on our chubby Chernobyls and our normwoods here. I like these kind of sitting relatively low down. We want them on or in the water when the fly is fishing. About there. Just like that. Using the same dub as we use for the body. Using the same dub as we use for the body, we're going to create a real thin rope of dub here, because kind of our head and the shape and taper of our head has already been created by the thread and by kind of the tag ends of the calf tail. So we don't need to add, we do not want to add any more bulk. Real thin rope. Advance that up the thread. Wraps there. Just like that. And just a few turns up here with our hackle. Couple through the legs, bring our legs back. A couple forward of the leg. And this hackle is just a ginger saddle hackle. Tie that off. Cut our hackle. Whip finish here without trapping anything. There we have the Norm Woods. One of my favorite stonefly patterns. I'm going to shorten these legs up a little bit. But between the Norm Woods here and the Clarkstone and the Chubby Chernobyl, don't use a whole lot of other stonefly patterns. Between those three, there's going to be one of them that's going to work. There it was, the Norm Woods Special. One of our favorite adult stonefly patterns, and hopefully it's one of yours too. A pretty quick, easy tie using pretty much all natural materials, very buoyant and durable. Yeah, should have them in the box if you're going anywhere that there are adult stoneflies flying around. If you liked that video, please subscribe and comment below with any other flies that you might like to see tied. Thanks for watching.